Hi, I'm Dr. Rachel Sturm, the Interim Associate Dean for the Raj Soin College of Business, and it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our guest, Jeremy Turner. So Jeremy, you founded Apply Pressure, which is a veteran-owned and operated small business in the Dayton area, and you're also a two-time graduate of Wright State University. So Jeremy did his undergraduate degree in international business and then his MBA with an international business concentration. So Jeremy, I'm curious, what attracted you to the MBA international business concentration?
Well, first of all, Wright State, you got an excellent value here. So you get top-notch education. The reason why I liked the business concentration here is because you can also see the Raj Soin College of Business, right? He's very, very integrated into the community. And that's kind of rings true with all the teachers and everything here, all the staff. Everybody's really integrated into the community. As why international? Because I feel like that's kind of where the world's going. We may be in America right now, but we're kind of the melting pot. So it's important to understand cultural immersion, how all the different aspects of business may affect people from different walks of life. And so right here is the best place to do that.
Awesome. And what doors opened for you career-wise after you completed your MBA?
So there was a lot that you didn't see right out of the gate, but then you get down the road a little bit and you're like, oh, I went to Wright State too. Oh, I went to Wright State too. So, and a lot of the networking groups I'm in, like the Dayton Rotary, there's a lot of people there that went to Wright State, and it was a very easy conversation opener. Other than that, you just, even though I'm an entrepreneur and I didn't technically use my degree for this position, it gives you the education for it. And other than that, just really, it sets you up. It sets you up well.
That's one thing I love about you, Jeremy, is how connected you are with the community and different organizations like the Chamber of Commerce, the Better Business Bureau. I think you do a really great job with all of that. So what was a specific highlight for you during your time in the MBA program?
My specific highlight, I guess figuring out all the things that I probably didn't want to spend all my time doing.
Yeah.
So like going into business, you figure out really quick that you're a man of many hats, and you go into business because you want to gain control, but at some point you got to give it up. And so you kind of look at what are your value tasks? What are each tasks valued at? And am I going to do that myself? Am I going to automate it or delegate it? So going through and getting my degree, I learned a lot about accounting. I learned a lot about finance. So when I'm speaking to my accountant, I can speak to him on that level. And I can understand the best accountant for me, and I'm not making millions of decisions jumping from accountant to accountant each year, because from the very beginning I understood what he was talking about and I got that on. With finance, it's very important about business. Cash flow is king. And so learning how to control your finances, what to invest in, that's very important too. So with an MBA going into entrepreneurship, having the stats and being able to look at numbers and KPIs, having the finance, having the accounting, having the marketing, that's a really big one too. And then not only that, but you go through so many things through your MBA program that you learn what you like to do, what you don't like to do, and what you've got to do, that it really sets you up well to figure out what's my zone of genius and how do I stay there and provide the most value for the time I put in.
Yeah. So with that reflection in mind, if you could do the MBA all over again, what would you do differently?
So two things. I would have traveled more with the international programs, and I would have got more internships. So I could have actually had to go out and do the thing that I thought I wanted to do and figured out that I didn't want to do that.
Right. That makes sense. And then lastly, what would you advise a potential MBA student on if they were interested in the program?
Oh, I would advise them to talk to people that have went through it, and I would advise them to do more internships. I would advise them to travel, to get involved, and really, really kind of get connected with your classmates around you, because you never know where people are going to end up in the next chapter. And the greatest thing about Dayton is we may have started off the past decade as in people's eyes a smaller city, but where we're placed logistically and strategically for big business, it's going to be a very big draw. So I think a lot of the talent that's coming up in Dayton is going to stay in Dayton more instead of moving off to how you would, when I was going through college, people would come to Dayton and then they'll say, oh, I want to go to Chicago, or I want to go to Florida or California. Now it's kind of the opposite effect, because a lot of big opportunities are going to be right here, and it's a low standard of living. So that value of life and quality of life is going to be much greater right here in Dayton.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. It was a pleasure to have you here. It's always awesome talking with you.
For sure. Likewise.